up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for the new viewers, welcome. Today's video is going to be a question and answer video. So what I did is I asked a few people, actually I asked a couple people on social media, and I was like, hey, what are some makeup questions, concerns, ideas that you have? They gave me all of their questions and I'm gonna answer them today for you guys to let you know, because I'm pretty sure a few of you guys have a couple of questions out there yourself. So if you want to see the questions and answers of these makeup tips and tricks and whatever I use, please stay tuned. Alright, so let me pull out my phone real quick, my lovely phone, and look at some of these questions for you guys. Okay, so the first question is, what is the difference between finishing powder and setting powder? Can I use finishing powder as setting powder? So my answer to this is setting powder is what I normally use for underneath my eye to set my concealer, set the bridge of my nose, my forehead, cupid's bow, and the bottom of my chin. I also use the setting powder to create like this reverse highlight. So the setting powders do all of that, and the setting powders that I use, actually I'm going to show you the setting powders that I use. So the two setting powders that I use is the Sacha Buttercup setting powder, which is this one right here. I always use this one, and I kind of flip-flop between this one and also the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which is this one right here. This is a smaller version of the bigger Laura Mercier powder. Each of these I think do a really good job. They set my concealer. I don't have any creasing or anything like that. Now on to finishing powders. So for me, the finishing powder is a all-over powder. Once you put on your foundation, your concealer, your contour, you will put your finishing powder all over your face just to kind of blend everything in and create basically to make your foundation kind of stick and stay in place. So the finishing powder that I always use, this is one of my favorite finishing powders. It is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and it's in the color Dark Deep. And this is the one you guys always, if you follow me on my channel, this is the one that I always use, and it's, yeah, pretty much used up. And then sometimes I may use the Black Opal Deluxe Finishing Powder, which is this one right here. And this one's really good for oily skin. So I hope that answers your question. Alright, so the next question is, okay, I crease around my lips and my makeup sits there. It's annoying. I use setting powder after applying my foundation and a great primer prior to applying any makeup. Plus my setting spray, and around my lips, my laugh line still crease. How do I fix this? Also have the same problem with under eyes, and yes, I do bake. This is one of the things that I used to have a problem with, but I don't really have a problem anymore, so it worked out for me. So one thing that I saw is I used to follow a makeup guru called, I forgot her name, Jackie Aina, I think her name is, and she came up with this really good idea. So what she did is she used a eyeshadow primer for her laugh lines and then put on her foundation that way. That allows, or that stops the creasing of the laugh line. So if you just put on your regular foundation and you find that you have this, like every time you smile and you kind of have a normal face, that there's like a creasing of your foundation, try using a eyeshadow primer. This stops creasing. So what you would do is, sorry, there's like hair in my face. There's hair on my face. So what you would do is, you have a clean face, you start off putting your moisturizer, then you could put this on. So you put this primer on your laugh lines, and then you put your all over face primer, and then your foundation, your concealer, your contour, your setting powder, your finishing powder, your highlighter, and then all of that should be done. Alright, so go ahead, if you have that same issue with creasing around your lips, laugh lines, go ahead and try. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I have a small one. I don't really use this for my eyes. My laugh lines seem to kind of, I don't have an issue with that anymore. It's kind of weird, but I heard that this works, so go ahead and try it out, and let me know what you guys think. And if it works, good to you. If it doesn't, if you guys have any ideas of what else could work, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, for lines underneath your eyes, the best thing to do is to actually bake, like pack on that that setting powder. So once you go ahead and put on your concealer underneath, go ahead and use either the Laura Mercier or whatever setting powder you have, and actually pack that into the on top of your concealer, and hopefully that works for you guys. So there you go. All right, the next question. All right, another question is, what is the best type of foundation, powder, or liquid? So the answer to this is basically it depends on your skin type. For me, it took forever to actually find a really good foundation, and I have oily skin, so what I use is, I'll show you guys exactly what I use. One second. Okay. So what I use is a mixture of two foundations. Now, first I put on a primer to set my face, because I have really oily skin, and this is one of my favorite primers, which is the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. Oh my gosh, all those P's. Yeah. Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. So this is the one that I use. I put this on my face, and then I have a mixture of these two products, which is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD and then the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. So I use both of these together, and then I apply this to my face for foundation. And honestly, it works. I don't use a powder foundation or anything. It's just all liquid, squeezable, and then just applied all over my face. Now, for some days that I don't really want like too much coverage or too much, I guess, makeup on my face, what I have been using is this NARS matte skin tint. It's this right here, and this actually works pretty well. I like this. You just, a little bit goes a long way. I just use a beauty blender, apply it, and that's pretty much it. And this is what I have on right now. So yeah. All right, so the next question. All right, next question. How can I cover dark circles completely? So I don't suffer from any dark circles, but what I actually was told that could work is if you do have dark circles underneath your eye, what I would recommend is using a color corrector. So the color corrector that I have is, this is the Pro Conceal and Correct palette, and this is by MAC, which is this. Now when you open up this color corrector, you'll see this orange shade right here. I used to use the color corrector, but I don't use it anymore because I've been washing my face, and I found that some of my dark spots on my face have actually been clearing up. If you guys want to see my skin routine, let me know. I'll go ahead and post that. I'll make a video for you guys, but you can use this orange shade right here. So the way it works is you're gonna start off with a clean face, of course. You're gonna put on your moisturizer, then you would apply your primer. Once you apply your primer, then you would use this orange corrector and place it directly underneath your dark circles. Once you have it underneath your dark circles, go ahead and use a beauty blender to blend everything out seamlessly, and then you go ahead and follow up with your foundation routine. So once you go ahead and do that, it should work out perfectly, and you would have no problems. This definitely minimizes your, this neutralizes your darkness, and it kind of hides, or it works as magic, okay? It just works. So go ahead and try that. If you don't have this, you can also use, I don't have it, but I know it's an LA Pro Girl correcting. It kind of looks like this, but it's orange. So same thing, it's the LA Pro Girl, I want to say correcting color or something, and it's in the shade orange. So this right here, shade orange, go ahead and put that underneath your dark circles, and it should work. Now this is only for women of color. Now if you are fair skin, olive skin, you would want to try a different color. I think the green or yellow may work better for you guys, but go ahead and try those and see if it works, okay? So on to the next question. All right, what type of primer would I use for extremely oily skin and big pores? So I suffer from very oily skin, and what I told her was that for my oily skin, what I would recommend is using the Becca Evermatte Poreless Perfecting Primer, which is this one right here, and this works awesomely. It really does work. It helps me out. Oil doesn't seep through my makeup as quickly. It actually takes a while for that seepage to happen. So what I would do is You start off with a clean face, put on your moisturizer, then you will put your Poreless Perfecting Primer on your face. I normally put it around my nose, my T-zone area, chin, and then like right here, because I get really oily like around my cheeks. So I'll put it there. And when you apply it, just apply some on your fingers, warm up the product, and then tap it in. After you do that, go ahead and add on your foundation, and then that's pretty much continue with your foundation routine, and that's pretty much it. Another, what I see some people use also is the milk of magnesia, and it's basically a laxative that they put on their face. So I've tried it and it definitely works, but I think I remember seeing something bad about that. I have to do a little bit of research and let you guys know, but I heard that if using that product too much can cause some type of, I don't know, something bad to your body, your skin, or something like that. So I kind of stay away from it, but I'll let you guys know exactly what it is. But I do remember seeing something about that product, and I think that's the reason why I kind of switched to the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Perfecting Primer. Gee, this is a mouthful. All right, so this is what I use. Definitely try it, and you can get this from Sephora, so go ahead and try it. Okay, so that is for your oily skin. Now on to big pores. The Professional Primer, I guess. It looks like this. Hopefully it goes, yeah, it looks just like this. And what you would do is basically put on you have a clean face, put on your moisturizer, and you would apply this to your pores. And the same way that you use the Becca primer, you would use this. Just slowly pat it in, and then go ahead with your foundation routine. And this works wonders, and it does work. And it does smell pretty good, so that's unique. It does smell good. So go ahead and try this, and let me know if it works for you guys. All right, next question. I want my neon colors to pop. So if you watch some of my videos, I don't really use an eyeshadow primer. I just use a concealer, and then I set it with the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. Now, if you really do want a really bright look, what I would suggest using is the Pro Longwear Paint Pot by MAC, and this is the color Lying Low, which is just like this. It's really like a tan, maybe like a sand color, a beigey sand color, just like that. So you would apply this to your lids, make sure it's completely blended out. I would suggest setting it because I don't really use this too much, so I don't know. I mean, I would try setting it with like setting powder so that whenever you put on your eyeshadow, it blends out easily. So you could try this, and then you could also, yeah, it's probably lost somewhere, but I did have a NYX, I think it's an eyeshadow primer, and it's in the shade, oh my gosh, I forgot the shade, but it's really white shade. I used to use it. I didn't really like the fact that it didn't blend correctly to my under my eyebrows. It didn't blend correctly under my eyebrows, so I stopped using that, and I just used just a regular concealer, and that's pretty much it. All right, next question. I don't know if I'm blending my concealer enough when highlighting and contouring. So all right, basically she says, I don't know if I'm blending my concealer and highlighter correctly. The main thing to do is blend it to your likeness, okay? That's basically what it comes and it boils down to. What I suggest doing is just obviously looking in the mirror, making sure you have enough light on your face, blend it so that it looks natural. You don't want that harsh line, you don't want any crazy dark concealer or contour or anything like that. So just blend until you feel comfortable wearing that. It's your makeup, it's your face, everything. So blend it until you feel comfortable, blend it until it looks natural to you, right? I think that is it. Oh, and then I got another question. Actually, the question is like, what is your skincare routine? So I don't really want to explain that on this video. It's not that it's a lot, but I'd rather make a separate video so I can show you guys exactly what I do, and then I'll let you guys know. So I won't answer that question now, but I'll answer it with another video. So those are all of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it extremely informative. If you want, or if you have any additional questions about makeup or anything like that, please let me know down in the comment section below. Also, all of the advice that I'm giving you guys is something that I personally do. I'm not a makeup guru, a professional makeup artist, but this is something that I do, and this is something that I had questions about when I first started makeup, and now they're becoming kind of like I guess like a standard way of me doing makeup. So I'm just sharing all what I know with you guys, so you guys don't start from basically level 1 of trying to find out what products to use or an idea of which directions to go in certain ways, etc. So please let me know if you guys love this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Bye.